Well, children, I have tried to gather few objects so that I can show you the clear demarcation between the sizes, whereby we tend to use these comparative degree of adjectives. There are 3 bottles kept here. As you can see that the size is a little bit different. Okay, this is tall, this is taller. See, there is 2 fingers, this one is taller, and this little bit taller than this. So I would say tall bottle, taller bottle, and the tallest bottle. Okay, let me put it back. This table seems to be very messy, but then I can't help it. I have to make you all understand. Okay, so you can see there are 3 pretty beautiful cups laid on my table. This is small cups. Yeah, this is small cup. Okay, look at the shape. This is smaller. See, it is smaller than this. Now this green cup is the smallest. So if you just closely look at these cups, there is a difference between their sizes. Okay, small, smaller, smallest. Now I will put it here. Now some yummy things are coming across virtually, although I can't help it. I can't share it with all of you. But then yes, I can definitely show the difference in their size. This is big. Soy sticks Haldiram, this is bigger. And this yummy Lay's crisps seems to be the biggest, right? So see, just have a closer look. Big, bigger, biggest. Clear? Now, I would bring some things like books. This is thin. Look at the thickness. This is thin. Okay. Now I will put it together so that you can understand. This is thinner, and this one, this is thinnest. Okay. So thin, thinner, thinnest. Now the opposite of thin is what? Thick. Good. So let me show you this way. This is thick, thicker, and thickest. Clear? Thick, thicker, thickest. Okay. Now, as I told you that in comparative, the superlative degree, you will come across the most, and when I'll be talking about superlative, like if I say, okay, yes, I was talking about these degrees, right? So you need to keep few things in your mind. That is, let me rub. I'm really missing my children a lot, because it becomes very difficult, when I'm not able to meet my dear children. Anyway, keeping my fingers crossed for the school to reopen soon. Okay, let's come back. Now, most adjectives form their comparative degree by adding ER. Okay? And as I told you, EST. Right? For example, if I'm talking about adding ER, I had given you examples here. Thin, thinner, thinnest, right? It can be thick, thicker, thickest. It can be small, smaller, smallest. Okay. Now, second is you can add E. You can add say R, you can also add ST. Okay. For example, able, second degree will be abler and ablest. Now, able means when you're capable. Okay. And instead of using capable, you can also say that he is very much able to do maybe writing a poem, something like that, right? And second example can be dense, dense forest, denser and densest. Okay. Now, third rule is when you add Y, when you add I, when you add ER, or when you add EST. For example, happy. How do you spell happy? HAPPY. So I'm talking about this. Now happy will be happier, HAPPIER, because Y changes into I and then we add ER. And then the third degree is happiest. Okay, so let's get back. Let's take another example. I can say busy, BUSY, this. When I talk about the second degree, again Y becomes I and then ER, and here again it is busiest. Okay. Alright, let me rub now. I hope you all are understanding. I'm very sure because you children are very smart and intelligent, and this is nothing but a quick recap of your, your previous knowledge. You must have done this in your class 6, which I'm pretty sure about. Okay, so that was the third rule. Now we have something like to form the comparative degree and superlative degree of adjectives having a single syllable and ending in a single consonant preceded by a vowel, the consonant is doubled before adding EST or ER. Like if I say fat, second degree will be fatter, third will be fattest. Okay. Generally, we avoid using fattest. We tend to say that she's very fat. Okay. No need to use that. Alright, because your friends might feel very awkward and they might be very disheartened. Let's take another. Hot, hotter, hottest. So these days, how is the weather? Is it hottest or is it hotter? You can say that it is hotter than yesterday. Okay. Or when I'm talking about hottest, so you need to be specific that, okay, fine, 19th April was the hottest till date. That can be done. Okay, now, this is very important and I wanted to share this. Many adjectives of more than 3 syllables, mark my words, I'm telling 3 syllables, from their comparatives by adding the word more. That means more will be here in the second place and here it will be the most. And here whatever adjective we are using. Now in this context, all the adjectives do not abide by this rule, right? When I want to say beautiful, okay, this flower is beautiful. This hibiscus is more beautiful than this periwinkle. Now this is the most beautiful. Okay, so I used what? One adjective for this periwinkle, that is beautiful. This is more beautiful and this is most beautiful, the most beautiful. Okay, so that's what I will write here. Beautiful, more beautiful. We don't say beautifuler. Okay, that is why I have taken this example. Beautiful, more beautiful, and the most beautiful. Clear? This you have to remember whenever I am using the superlative degree of adjectives like beautiful. You need to add this article here, the, and then write down most and then the adjective. And in the comparative degree we use more. Okay. Enjoy, more enjoyable, the most enjoyable. And next is some adjectives form their comparatives and superlatives in an irregular way. Yes. Irregular way, that is what I started my lessons with. Good, better, best. There we don't say more good or the most good. So there are few irregular adjectives, I would say. Just keep a note. The first is good. Then when I'm talking about some number, it is many. Then let me write here number. When I'm talking about some quantity, it is much. I'll explain how it goes. Then we have bad, late, and we have old. Good tends to be good, better, best, right? Many, when I'm talking about number, it is many, more, and most. I'll write it here. So you can just keep a note of it. Many, more, and most. Do not confuse this with this rule which I spoke about just few minutes back. Now when I'm talking about the quantity, it is much, more, and again most. So these are similar, but the difference lies in their meanings. Now when I'm talking about bad, it is bad, worse, and worst. So you see, we are not, neither am I adding any ER here, nor am I adding any EST here, neither am I changing the spellings, nothing of that. So this is called irregular verbs. Alright, now late will be later, or it can be latter. Both are correct. Then the third form is latest, or it can be last. That means late, later, latest, late, latter, last. This is something different. So this again depends upon the usage. Alright. Now old, it can be old, older, oldest, or it can be old, elder, eldest. Okay, so that is how these irregular adjectives go about. Now the difference between farther, it denotes what? The distance. These are few things which we should always keep in our minds. So make a note of it if possible, or just keep on brushing up off and on. You should go through the links so that your concepts are clear. Farther denotes distance between two points and further. So you see there is a difference of only one letter. This is further. Further means to move ahead. That means additional. Okay. So again, if you just use the word father in place of further, that is again wrong. And if you use this further in place of farther, that is again wrong. Farther, this word is used when you are talking about the distance between 2 points, 2 given points. And further means when you're moving ahead. Okay. So that is all the nitty-gritties about this degrees of comparison. Now let me switch on to the slides and let me explain a little bit in that, and then today we'll do only one exercise. So let's start with it. The objective for teaching you all the degree of comparison is to teach children to correctly identify adjectives, to explain the purpose and types of adjectives. Skills which children will learn is, you all will learn how to use the degree of comparison, okay, and when to use it. Now, there are 3 degrees, as I told you: positive, comparative and superlative. So you can see the adjective good is used when we talk about one person or thing, and it is said to be in the positive degree. And in the second sentence, my violin is better than the one you bought. So that means this is the comparative degree, that it is better than what I had. Okay, the positive degree is used when no comparison is made. Please remember the first degree, that is the positive degree, wherein we don't make any comparison, like this is a good book. I know it is good, I am not comparing. The second, the comparative degree is used to compare 2 people or things. That means, like if I say the book in front row is better than the one you have. That means the one which is kept on the front row, that is better than what I am having, right? Now let's see the third, that is the superlative degree. It can be used to compare more than 2 things, and it denotes the highest degree of quality. That means beyond that, we don't have any degree, right? Like Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is the best book. That means besides these 2 books, I did not find anything more interesting or more good than that. Oh, I think, since I forgot the name of the book, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, that is the only single book. That is the name of the book, which is regarded as the best. I'm sorry, the Potter lovers. Please excuse me. Okay, let's move ahead. Participle adjectives. Now, read these sentences. Let's do it together. We stood in front of a running stream. We heard the interesting news. Now the highlighted words are present participles, that is verb and then ing form. Children, I have highlighted the words which I wanted you all to understand. So now let's read it again. We stood in front of a running stream. So here the highlighted word is running. We heard the interesting news. Here it is interesting. Now the highlighted words are here the present participle form of the verb. The first is run, the second is interest, right? And then I have added ing to it. Now present and past participles, when used in a sentences as adjectives, they are called participle adjectives. So you can see the topic here is participle adjectives. Now let's read the other 2 set of sentences. People say that this is a haunted house. So the verb here is haunt, and then we have added ed to it. Second is the burnt cottage was razed to the ground. So here the verb is burn and then I have added T. Okay, it is not ed, it is T. So the highlighted words in the second set of sentence, it's the past participles. Now you can see very well that in the first sentence it is verb and ed, and in the second it is verb and only T. Okay, and you might come across verb plus N also. Alright, so these are nothing but they are the present participle here, and these are the past participles. Okay, so these are also, you must have come across in class 5 and 6. It's nothing new, but then let's do it. You will notice that in these sentences, the present participles and the past participles have been used as adjectives. Okay, what type of cottage? Burnt cottage. So again, quality. Then what type of house? Haunted house. Again, the quality of house. Now this is again running stream. What type of stream? Running stream. What kind of news? Interesting. So these are basically the quality. Let's move ahead. So you can see I have given you 10 questions. Now this is again from your new cornerstone. Now before, since I did not have it, so I wasn't able to make you all understand this particular portion. So now that I try to manage to get it done, so I am sharing these questions. Please and please and please do it in your English Fair Language notebook. This is an exercise from your notebook only. There were 25 questions, but I have given you only 10 as of now to practice. And I'm giving you 10 minutes to do it on your own, and thereafter, I will also tell you the answers for it. So you need not get worried about the answers. I will share it today itself. Okay. I had watered the plant yesterday. The injured students got off the bus. Manjula played the winning stroke. The tiger was seriously wounded. She is an experienced teacher. Okay, the sixth question is the frightened rabbits ran away. Next, the hungry children ate up all the sandwiches. Why do you have a worried look? She is wearing a gold ring. You should not read in a moving bus. Now these are 10 questions. Now as you can see, the question is asking to pick out participle adjectives from these sentences, but you may not have the adjectives as such to pick out in all the sentences. So please read it very carefully first, understand whether there is an adjective or not, and if you find an adjective, then only you will just take it out. Take it out in the sense that you will not just pick out, you can just write put a dash and then write the adjective. Okay, so your time starts now, children. I think it's very simple. You can make it within 5 to 10 minutes approximately. Don't worry, I'm there online. I'm waiting, and I'll be waiting till you all finish. Let's move on. Let me show you the answers. In the first sentence, we did not have any adjective. In the second, the answer is injured. Third, winning. Fourth, no adjective. Fifth, experienced. Sixth, the answer is frightened. Then in the seventh, again there is no adjective. In the eighth, worried. No adjective. Again in the sentence number 9, and sentence number 10 is moving. Now I'll just tell you how to write it in your fair notebook. Now you will write this question first. I had watered the plant yesterday. And in the next line, with your black pen, you can write no adjective. Again, write the sentence, second one in blue, then the answer, injured, you will write in black in the next line. That is how you are supposed to do it in your fair notebook. Remember children, it is to be done in your English fair language notebook. So that was what I had planned for today. So I would just write only and only one thing. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. Until your good becomes better. And it seems I have forgotten. So let me just look into where I had written. Okay, until your good becomes better or is better. And your better, I will make it becomes here. It's all the more same. I know you might ask me, ma'am, in the starting you wrote until your good is better. Now it is becomes, why is it so? Nothing as such, that doesn't matter. I just want you all to remember that good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good becomes better and your better becomes best. So that is how I want to sum up and wind up today's class. And even if you don't understand, if you find that something was not very well understood, what I would suggest is just go back through the whole lecture which I delivered right now, and still if there are doubts, if doubts persist, you can always text me on my personal window. And remember, work is to be done in which notebook? English language notebook, your fair notebook, your classwork notebook. Okay, until then, take care, stay safe, be happy. Thank you so much. Bye.